Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. We are in the Wednesday episode. Today we want to take a look at the lifting mechanism for the crab trike, the trike we have there. And I want to use a piston to bring it close to the belly of the whole beast here. What we have to do for that is maybe turn this thing, bring this thing down, and then find a way if we can lift the trike high enough up to bring it far enough up, basically that it sits between the landing legs and the pistons, the jack that lifts the whole thing up. The main thing here is to have hopefully enough space that you can see that at the moment the piston in the middle there is far down and it extends beyond the wheels. So this wouldn't work out if this thing stands on its wheels. That's why we need to go, and I want to use the pickup piston, just set it to reverse and then reverse that thing so it lifts up. We need to measure how much space we have between the belly of the crawler and the wheels. I need to, again, it needs the whole crawler, not the whole crawler, the whole trike needs to be lifted up so high that there's enough clearance, ground clearance, the word I learned, ground clearance, so we can drive over mountains without crushing the small car below the belly. So let me bring that thing down. I hope the handbrake is on. That's a good thing. I hope this patch of land I talked to you about in the last episode, I hope this doesn't make any problems. See that? The handbrake is on. The handbrake definitely is on. Why is this thing rolling? So we will go back a bit and hopefully get a position where this thing is not rolling anymore. I want to clear this patch of land you can see there where that makes graphical issues there. I don't know what's that. At the moment, I wanted to have the ability to drive the small car in from the back, but I see that this will be not possible with the jacks there. So we have to go in from the side. Stop rolling now. We have to go in from the side and then bring this thing up. This whole thing here up. Bring the small car close to the belly. And I have the idea to maybe rotate it. So have a rotor there so that the whole thing rotates the small car under the belly. That would be a neat thing. Let me grab the small car. We need names for it, definitely. I will call that the crab for now or something like that. Okay, let us go and do some work here. You can see that I really brought up the speed of the whole thing. I have it set to 40 at the moment, 40 kilometers per hour. And this makes a good job of driving around and being very, very mobile. So at the moment, what can we see here? We need to middle it out a bit more, I would say. then we just stop it below the connector. Parking brake on, and now we take a look at it. So you can see this would be relatively high. So if we can bring it up this far, that would be nice. And then we even would have enough space to turn it inward. So I would like to be able to yeah, we will have to remove that in a sec. So the rotor will sit up there. It will get moved up and then rotated, so the back of the thing will be, so there, the front of the vehicle will be there, and there will be the back. Then we don't have this weight crazy weirdly distributed below the whole thing. So what I would like to do is, can we get into the whole thing? I would like to see the piston. We take up contact with the crawler. I named it crawler, by the way, now, just to have a name for it. And we have the piston that's called pickup. I will reverse that. And we will stop it, hopefully be able to stop it when it reaches. See, now I could make a connection with the car. That's neat. That's a neat thing. Can we do that from the inside? We can. And then we could, from the inside of the... Oh yeah, we are now connected to the crawler. That makes everything a bit easier. So we are at the moment attached at the current position 4 meters. I will go and set the maximum distance to 4, because then we don't push the crab down into the ground by extending the piston too crazy. Maybe we even go to 3.9, I would say, just to keep a bit of away from the ground, so that we put down, when we put down the thing, it doesn't get crushed. So can you reverse? It should be able to do that. So, it's off. So I need to control myself there. So this is good. I'm not sure at the moment how much force I should apply to the whole thing. Just so I don't... It would be nice to have that thing a bit farther up. So we might try to bring it up a bit more. Let me try something. Bring it down again. Piston pickup, reverse. And then we... Aha! We might want to bring it down a bit more, so the car can still attach to the connector there. That might be a problem otherwise. And we will really have to remember to only go in from one side of the crawler. Otherwise, we might run into problems when we turn it again, that it crushes into these landing gears. So we will remove this part here now, and then have a rotor on the top. So we know that 4 meters is the thing if we go down basically 1 block. But I want to see how it works out with the rotor on the top. Can I go into here? And that's the middle, or? Yes, that's the middle. A rotor. A rotor. I will have to see it from the bottom, because otherwise I might miss the numbers. A rotor doesn't stick out so far. That's a good thing. So the 0 will be on the back. Now we know that it is in the position that we want to have it end in, basically. And now we go and pick up a piston again. Pick up a piston and pick up a connector. The piston. I would like to have a connection, but I don't want to put in an advanced rotor up there. The advanced rotor is a bit bigger than the normal rotor. Okay, this will be the end position. So we will keep the slimmer size pointed to the back and the front. Ah, that's good. The nanites here work. Now I'm behind a rotor and behind a piston with a connector. It still works. That's a good thing. Can we take a look from here and maybe rename the pistons already? So we have a piston. No, this is the piston. This is the piston pickup. I will call it that way so we don't have any problems finding it again. And then we have to find the rotor. Okay, the rotor should turn from 0 to 90. Question is positive or negative? Positive 90 degrees. So we will go and test that out. Okay. The rotor. No, the crawler. And then go to the rotor. Rotor pickup. Just it is so that it is named correctly. Braking torque will be high. The velocity, I will set that later. Let me go and say 0. By the way, you reach the... If you want to reach the numbers here, you can hold Control and then go into the values and can set values for it. I hope that is correct. Rotor displacement can stay that way. Maybe we go out a bit because I don't want to have it scrape the underside of the crawler. The rotor displacement is how far this rotor head sticks out of the original structure. So we will go and assume the weird camera position so I can still see it. And now we use the crawler to have the rotor. I should make a I should make a grouping for that. So the rotor positive, and we'll go with 0. Okay, it turns in the right direction. That's nice. That's a cool thing. Now, let's hope that it stands still at 90 degrees. That it stands still at 90 degrees. And then we can try if the rotor and the connector are able to pick up the car and rotate it into place. 90 degrees, it stands still, and then we set up the piston for, I will go for not 4 meters, I will go for a bit more now because we are higher up. I think one of the blocks is 5 meters or so tall. No, 5 meters might be a bit too much. 3 or so. We will go for 7 meters, I would say. Let us go for 7 meters and see if that is the height we can drive the car below it. Nope, that's too much, but we will measure that with the car itself. Let me drive that thing under there. And then we have a good parking spot for that thing. That's my main thing at the moment. I want to have a parking spot for the small car below the crawler where it is relatively safely tucked away. And I hope that the mass blocks and all that stuff doesn't mess too much with the whole physics here, and the car is not the reason that the rover then in the end flips over. Didn't I say 7 meters? That might not be the right thing here. So let us go and bring up the crawler again and go for the pistons. I set the wrong setting here. That is 0 reverse. That would be one thing I would really like, being able to put hotkeys on maybe the button, the hotbar of this thing. So I could go and say, press a button, then it automatically connects to the crawler and brings down the pickup piston. I will try to use a timer in the end, so that the whole action here might be timer based then. Does that work? No, that's too far down. So we go in it again. Say crawler. I go in and say 6 meters reverse. And now reverse again. Is that... that might be perfect. Ooh, see that? It barely grips, but we go to... I would say we go to... a bit more, just a bit more, to be able to 6 meters and 10 centimeters. that was not much. But we will lock it. Now go to the crawler. Piston pickup. Reverse that thing. And maybe also have the rotor pickup reverse. Huh? That's nice. That's nice. It would be neat if we could even get it a bit closer to the whole thing. The big pistons are sometimes too long for my taste, but for now it makes a good thing to be able to tuck this thing away and then have come on, we can extend the crawler pistons again, so I have it safely standing up on its own without the wheels. That's a good thing. I hope that doesn't mess too much with it. Wow, okay. It doesn't look too good because the piston is just too long. Maybe I could position it somewhere else to... Should we do it back here? Should we do it in the back of the whole thing? It would be cooler if we could really basically tuck that thing away a bit more. We can't bring it into the belly of the thing. That will not work out. The spaces are not big enough. Or I would have to remove the reactor there. That's also possible. But it would again move the whole weight of the thing a bit up, so the center of mass is too high up, and then it gets top heavy. The car is shaking. The car is shaking. That's not good. The car is shaking. That is not good. The gyroscopes are off, so it can't be the gyros of the car. Whatever it is shaking, and I don't like that a bit. That's always a problem with the physics engine here. This could end up very, very bad. I hope that the whole crawler is too heavy for any of the systems of the oh, can I? Maybe it's the mass blocks? No, the mass blocks should be off now because oh no, I turned the whole artificial mass. It's not the mass blocks. So whatever it is, I think I should loosen the whole thing at the moment. I hope that the whole crawler is heavy enough so that that if something happens with the car, that it just breaks the piston instead of flipping over the whole crawler. So let me turn the rotor. Should we just try to drop it from here and see what happens? If the no, I have too much fear that the small car just gets destroyed. So I will bring it back down, but that's my proposal for today. Have it basically work that way, and maybe you have ideas for that. How we can solve the jittering of the small car. Maybe it's a known problem again. Maybe it's a known problem again and someone can tell me. This is, by the way, the interior look. I think I'm in the upper cockpit. The bottom cockpit lost a bit of its visibility because of the blocks to the right and the left, but it works out. Good people, I think that's all for today. That is my idea how to store the small car for now. I would like to make it a bit nicer, but at the moment it must be a bit of a hack job. The end design of the crawler is not known to me yet, and so we will have to rely on what we have at the moment. Good people, I think that's all for today. I hope you liked it. If you did, then please leave a like on it, and I hope to see you on Friday in the next episode of Space Engineers. See ya, guys.